Hello, Point Park Volleyball fans. We're here with head coach Mike Bruno getting ready for the 2012 season just a couple of days before the start of camp. Coach, 36-6 last year, tremendous season, a lot of players back from that. What are your general thoughts of this upcoming season?
It's a new beginning. We just get back in the gym. We start Sunday night, and we just got to start fresh and reinstill a disciplined, hardworking group that's going to work in the gym, and we're just going to start and take each match as it comes.
Now, you had a great year last year, got a taste of the national tournament, got to the NAIA opening round, won the American Mideast Conference title. Is it a goal to get back to the national tournament? Is that something that you talk about as a specific goal, and do you think you could get back there again?
Yeah, it's one of our program's goals. Each year we're trying to build upon what we've accomplished the past year. But right now we're just going to have to focus on opening it up at Michigan-Dearborn, and we get an opportunity to play a lot of top teams in the NAIA opening weekend this year, and we're just going to continue focus one match at a time, and ultimately I think if we just continue focusing on our task at hand, I think that eventually, and we work hard, eventually it's a very attainable goal to get back.
Now you have a group of seniors who have been around. They've accomplished so much. 29-10 as freshmen, 32-8 as sophomores, 36-6 last year. What are you looking for out of that group as they cap off their careers here? And a lot of key players in there.
Well, they're a special group. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think they have 97 wins or 90 some wins just with that class. I think leadership and experience is going to serve them well, and continuing to just grow as volleyball players and develop and move the program forward. But I think experience and leadership should serve the program well this year.
Now, getting into some of the specifics of who those leaders are, especially the seniors, you have some pieces in place. Nearly the whole team back, aside from a player or two that was 36-6 last year. I think you got to start with Lindsay Oberacker, an outstanding, really all-American candidate. She's accomplished so much, but still has her senior year left. What can you say about Lindsay Oberacker?
I'd rather start with the backcourt because we got to get the ball to the setter to give it to Lindsay. MJ Galoli, Amanda Ardinger, and Alyssa Hall, three defensive specialists for us that have been the foundation of greatness for the program over the years. I just think that a lot of our success has been our focus on defense. Now on to your question with Lindsay. Lindsay is she's a very accomplished player, numerous all-conference accolades, and she even got honorable mention on the All-American ranks last year, as well as I believe she was first team All-Region last year. Lindsay's a sixth rotation kid. She brings a lot to the table. She's dynamic. She's an on-court leader, and we're looking for big things out of Lindsay.
And a couple other players there individually. Taylor Pugliese will come back at setter, second year in the program. How will that help her? Another, she did great last year transferring in, but what are you looking for out of her?
Well, I think last year there was, transferring in, there was a learning curve to our system. She's coming in, as our quarterback out there. She's coming in with another year of leadership experience, rather, in knowing our offensive system as well as our defensive systems. But she's very athletic, and she continues to grow. And I'm really proud of the way she developed as a setter her junior year with us.
And to go around the lineup with a couple of those returners here and there, Nicole Wursel back for her junior year, has done some nice things in the middle. What do you see from her and players like Chelsea Kakic and Ashley Campbell on the outsides and right sides?
The three young ladies you mentioned have all contributed immensely to our success over the years. I'm looking for, honestly, I can see the two that are transitioning from sophomore to junior year. I'm really hoping that they take a big step and continue their development as volleyball players, and play with a little more confidence and just continue to progress as players.
Are there any other returners who may be taking on an expanded role as they move throughout their career?
Keaton Sossman will probably be competing for some opportunities in the middle of this season. Kirsten Burks is returning to the program after a 1-year hiatus. And Chelsea Kakich on the outside will be competing. She has a real big arm and creates a lot of stuff with her jump serve as well.
Now, among the newcomers, who are a few players there who will be in the mix for some starting time or getting into your rotation there?
Well, it's hard to say who's going to be until camp plays itself, camp runs its course, and but I foresee there's some talent coming in with the 2012 class. Izzy Vavrick is an outside hitter. Dana Fitzgerald, a backcourt defensive kid. Kara Bradley. Kara's a pretty versatile kid. She was, she led her team to a state championship on the PIAA state championship with Brandywine Heights. These kids are going to come in and push and compete every day in practice, as well as Kelsey Veit. Kelsey Veit's coming in. She played club for us a few years back and decided she wants to play college volleyball and transferred to us from Ohio U, where she didn't play. And Dana Fitzgerald, I think I mentioned her. So, and Nicole Incortano is a 6'1" middle coming in from Shaler. There's another young lady that is very, very athletic kid. Strong. I think she's going to only get better and better, surrounding herself by better players.
All right, sounds good. Now that we've gone through some personnel there, what are going to be the strengths of this team? Some things you're going to do well, and what are maybe some weaknesses that you have to work on in the preseason or get better at?
Well, I think every year first ball contact is something that we have to continue to drive home. Creating opportunities when we're serving and creating system on serve receive. Looking back at how our season ended last year, I think that it was some serve receive breakdowns that ended our season. I think defensively we're going to continue to push, and I think that's going to continue to be one of the strengths. The style of ball that we play, a gritty type of product we put on the floor. And I think the energy we bring to the court, the grittiness, I think that's the brand of volleyball that I'm proud to promote, and these ladies are buying into it. And we're just going to continue to move forward with the style and philosophy that has served us well in the past.
Given the personnel and the style you say that you like to implement, if you could go through the various aspects of the game, whether it be the block, the serve receive, the attack, where are your strengths there? Is it if you can get it to the attack, do you feel that you have a good attack, and do you feel like you could put up a big block, or is the back row more important, or how does that all shake out with
well,
team?
It's each facet of the game is important. It all starts with first ball contact, and that generates the flow of the rally, so to speak. I think we have some nice kids that could take some nice cuts at the ball, but I really think that we're going to emphasize unforced errors and continue to keep the ball off the floor and really drive home and emphasize the defense. And it's we've got a lot of compliments in the past on the defense we play, and we're just going to continue to work and just move forward. And I think that it's got to be a mix, but the big thing is the style, the grittiness, and the work ethic that the kids are going to generate on the court.
Okay, moving into some scheduling. Your schedule is filled with great NAIA competition, better than we've ever seen on a Point Park volleyball schedule. You'll test yourself in the NAIA ranks with a lot of tournaments and some top 25 caliber opponents all throughout the season. How will that help you as you try to carve out your place on the national scene?
Well, we were fortunate to break through to others receiving votes last year. Ultimately, we want to crack into the top 25. We're opening at Michigan-Dearborn, like I had said earlier, and there's some of the top programs out of the Midwest that it's a exclusively NAIA tournament. So it's going to be a good opportunity for us to lay a foundation, hopefully, and then obviously we got our conference schedule, and Clearwater Christian's in there with some NAIA. In October we travel to Clearwater. There's some NAIA opponents there, but late in October we got invited to Georgetown, Kentucky, the tournament there, which is another traditionally good NAIA tournament, which will be a good opportunity to jockey for some positions for a national ranking late in the season.
Getting into some specifics of the schedule you mentioned, you can't waste any time, I would imagine, needing to be at the top of your game when you go to Michigan-Dearborn. How important would that be to really get ready and start your season off strong against the competition you're going to see up there with some good NAIA teams?
Well, obviously we want to make a good first impression in the NAIA. We open up, and I think that we just got to take each match as it comes, and not overlook anyone. Just handle the task at hand, and like I said, that our scheduling is hopefully going to be serve us well to help elevate our program to a more prestige level on the NAIA volleyball.
Okay, and
prestigious that would be.
Getting into the KIAC, the Point Park's new conference, Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. How do you see yourself stacking up in that league? Who are some of the top teams, and what do you need to do to compete for the conference title in that league?
I know Indiana East is a traditionally strong program. I believe they beat Asbury for the conference championship last year. We saw Asbury last year at opening weekend at Rio Grande, and they're also a very good program. And you've got Cincinnati Christian, Indiana Northeast. Carlo's joining the conference with us, but I like the challenge of a new conference. Hopefully there's going to be some opportunities maybe there will be a learning curve with some of our opponents, but I think that we would stack up well based on common opponents and who we saw last year. So again, we're just going to take care of our conference schedule is the big emphasis, and we're gonna work hard, and we're not going to overlook any opponent by no stretch of the imagination, and we're just going to continue moving through the conference schedule one match at a time.
Okay, very good. I think that just about covers it. This has been Point Park Volleyball head coach Mike Bruno getting ready for the 2012 season. Check in with other videos throughout the course of the season. Thank you very much, Coach, for taking the time.
Thank you, Kevin.